From deep in the heart of Texas, it's On Second Thought, powered by Hook'em.com. Hosted since 2016 by your favorite sports columnists, Cedric Golden of the Austin American-Statesman and Kirk Bohls of the Houston Chronicle. Let's do it, fellas.
This is On Second Thought, powered by Hook'em.com. I'm Cedric Golden, joined by the Duck, Kirk Bohls. Duck, we haven't talked to the peeps in a while. The Texas Longhorns have finished up the football season. We are back from chilly Orlando. The Horns beat Michigan 41-27 in the Citrus Bowl. Sarkisian had the Cheez-It crown on. Never thought I'd see that. And the Horns end up at 10-3. Third straight 10-win season. That hasn't been done since 2009.
Right.
Speaking of 2009, the 2008 star Jordan Shipley, as of this taping, Longhorn legend, prayers out to him and his family. He was severely burned in a ranching accident, and we just want to just send our thoughts to Jordan, friend of the podcast, good guy, and we both agree the greatest receiver this place has ever produced.
Absolutely. And, I know Roy Williams had a few more yards than he did, but I think for our money, Jordan Shipley was wide receiver one, and our heartfelt prayers go out to him and his family. So two things. One, I've not had a Cheez-It since the Citrus Bowl, and I love my Cheez-Its. I love them. And people don't know that when we sit in the press box, there was a big old box of Cheez-Its at every press box.
Huge box.
So I probably ate half of them during the game. So, and the other thing is that you screwed up your introduction. You're not Cedric Golden. You're Cedric Golden, Sports Writer of the Year. My man gets the crown, much deserved. All the love and respect, and I just hope when I grow up, I hope I can be you.
Well, you're more than welcome to give the 6 that you've won back, and then we'll be even. That was a surprise to be named that for the state.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a surprise. You deserve it.
You look at the people on that list, and it was a surprise. But only as good as the people you work for and work with, and me and you have been buddies and collaborators for 2 decades, and I have great mentors, including yourself, great teammates at the Statesman that have allowed me to be me. And what more could you ask for? Except maybe for some more money, but
you got a big bonus, right? You get a big raise out of that.
You tell me. You've won 6 of them. You get bonuses when you win those kind of awards. You win some money.
I don't think so. Don't count those chickens.
Anyway,
congratulations.
Wrestling that's having a job and being able to do what I love over everything. And so
absolutely.
Thank you, everyone. A lot of people reached out, Duck. Thanks for the well wishes on Twitter and on social media. I appreciate it. But you're not here to hear about me winning an award. You're here to hear about the Longhorns. Arch Manning, as it turns out, is box office, Duck. He and the second half of the season showed it. Arch Manning finished with 3,163 yards, 26 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions in his first full year as a starter, 61% completion percentage. That's going to have to go up if he's going to be in New York at the end of next season. 399 net rushing yards, but he really rushed for 541 yards, Doug, because you think about it, they take rushing yards off of sacks.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like the pros. And it makes no sense because a quarterback that's sacked is trying to pass the ball.
Exactly.
It's got nothing to do with rushing. So maybe they really need to change that, because Arch actually rushed for 541 yards.
Yeah.
Very few quarterbacks in America threw for over 3,000 and rushed for over 500. He had a very good year.
He was box office, like you said. The second half of the year, he was as good as any quarterback in the country. I firmly believe that. He'll be the Heisman, maybe the favorite. He'll be top 3 next year for sure. So no question about it. And basically, he is who we thought he was. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
to paraphrase a famous NFL coach, they are who we thought they were. Uh, and
He,
he just got better and better, and he did. And the weapons around him gotten better. The line improved a little bit toward the end of the year. His receivers, he got Emmett Mosley back. They inserted the tight end a little bit more in the offense than they had during most of the regular season. So, but yeah, he was the real deal, and that was just one hell of a bowl game. You and I sat next to each other, and it was very entertaining. And don't tell me it was meaningless, because both those teams wanted to win that game. And that impressed me as much as anything, just the intensity, with 20 players out for Texas, and I don't know, three main guys out for Michigan, probably maybe 12 total, something like that. But they played their butts off. And I really thought Texas kind of made a statement there at the end. So I'm going to ask you, the Texas we saw win the Citrus Bowl. Okay, 12 teams in the playoffs. Who was Texas better than going down the stretch than the 12 teams that made the playoffs? I ask you.
well, James Madison.
Which scored 34.
Tulane. They're better than Jim Madison. They're better than Tulane. We know they're better than Aggie. They own Aggie.
Oklahoma.
They own Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So that's right there is
Four.
third of the playoff field that we know they're better than.
And I think they're better than Alabama too, don't you?
It's not a good Alabama team.
No.
Not a good Alabama team at all. Not
Right.
a good Alabama team. They got housed 38-3. Just didn't see that. I think Georgia is better than Texas because Georgia right now has
They are.
number. I think Indiana can win a national championship.
Not can, should.
I think they will. They're
Me too.
my pick. Oregon, I haven't seen enough of Oregon to know. I do like Dante Moore. That would be a good matchup on a neutral field, Oregon and Texas. Ole Miss impressed me. Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin is doing work. So Texas didn't get to play them. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Miami, the U. We watched the U at
Aggieland.
at Aggieland, and those defensive linemen are no joke. That would have been a problem for Texas. Carson Beck, they're no stranger to Carson Beck. He's beaten them, but he's not the reason they won those games when he was at Georgia. So I think that's an even match. I think if they played on a neutral field, I would pick Texas to beat Miami. I just would.
So we're saying they're probably better than 6 of the 12 teams, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'm not a Carson Beck fan at all, and I keep waiting for that to catch up to him, because as good as Bain and Messidor are on the edge defensively, and as good as Mark Fletcher is at running back, and he is a beast, at some point Carson Beck's going to have to throw for more than 100 yards, and have to make the big plays downfield, and I just haven't seen it. He's 35-4 as a starter, I think, and I don't know if there's been a more misleading stat than him.
Quarterbacks get that credit, but man, and the time you got to remember, Duck, we've seen him 3 times.
Yeah,
he was never electric in any games, and he got hurt in the Big 12 in the SEC championship game, and so they just couldn't figure out Gunnar Stockton, or else, maybe Texas is placed for a national championship. Who knows?
Maybe.
So
the recovering onside kick would be a wise move too.
Wow. And we do agree. We do agree that they are definitely top 12.
Yeah.
Top 10 minimum. They just shouldn't have lost to Florida, and that killed them. And there's no explaining that away. I don't care who else you beat, but you can't go 9-3 with a loss to a 4-8 team. And
they made their bed.
They made their bed, and Sark deep down inside knows it. Steve knows that. So but that it's not the NFL, Duck, where you're going to bring back a lot of guys every year on your 53-man. Texas lost a boatload of proven contributors, proven performers on this team. Let's start on the offense. At this time, during this timing, which is mid-afternoon on Wednesday, the portal is very fluid, and so as of this time, they've signed a kicker, a punter, and a special teams guy, and then Michigan State tight end. What's his name? Mike Masunas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. Got a D lineman from Arkansas and a cornerback from Rutgers. And Derek Williams, the safety, has had a change of heart, and he's coming back. So that's, if you count Derek Williams, that's 7 people. But 19 are in the portal now that Daniel Cruz, another backup lineman, entered the portal. So Sark is yet to make a big splash. And we're getting close to the halfway point of the portal window. So I'm not saying Longhorn Nation should panic or anything, but honestly, first 5-6 days, I thought for sure they'd have an elite receiver and a running back and probably a linebacker, and they don't have any of those yet.
And the offensive line, the bookends will be back. Brandon Baker on the right side and Trevor Gooseby on the left side. Quintravian Wisner and C.J. Baxter are parted, along with young Ricky Stewart from Tyler.
Jared Gibson.
And Jared Gibson. And Christian Clark looked good in the bowl.
He did. He did look good.
That gave me hope. And Derek Cooper's coming in from Florida, the 4-star running back, 5-star. And so we have all of that, but the receiving core took a hit. Parker Livingstone moved north of the Red River. He's going to Oklahoma. DeAndre Moore is in the portal, and so we're on the Cam Coleman watch from Auburn. If that's the guy they can get, my question is this, and I know that Cody Campbell is breaking plenty of bread over at Texas Tech. He's South Plains Phil Knight, but do you want to go play with Brandon Sorsby at Tech, or do you want to come to the 5-1-2 and play with 16?
Well, Sorsby, he had a great year at Cincinnati. I think he was like 27 touchdowns, maybe 5 picks, and is considered the top-rated quarterback in the portal. For my money, I'd probably take Sam Leavitt from Arizona State.
Also with Sorsby.
I'm very impressed with him. It won't shock me if he ends up at LSU because I like him a lot. And if I were the Aggies, I might consider going after Sam Leavitt.
Easy. Now you're hating. What about Marcel?
I'm just saying.
Hating.
Is Marcel Reed going to take them to the pinnacle? Can you win a national championship with Marcel Reed? I'm asking you.
You can't beat Texas.
So did you just answer my question?
Sam Leavitt didn't beat Texas.
No, he didn't. Almost did. But
well, I'm almost rich, but I'm not. But I'm not.
But to your thing on Sorsby, I mean, it's a good pickup. Baron Morton, looked awful against Oregon. Can't score a point, and just under fire the whole game. But here's the other thing on Texas Tech. They've already signed 4 defensive linemen, 2 edge rushers. They've got San Diego State and Akron and Miami of Ohio and Wake Forest. They've replaced their entire defensive line because the David Baileys and the linebacker Jacob Rodriguez, maybe their 5 best defensive players are gone out of eligibility, but they've already restocked. So
you have Cody Campbell's cell phone number. I want to.
You need some money?
Have personal loan with a 65-year note, and I could pay him like $50 a month.
I've seen your knees, and I know you're out of eligibility, so I think Cody's going to save his money. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think that's.
Don't waste the phone call. So.
But are you concerned? What's your concern level with Sarkisian? Not making a splash just yet. Yeah. There's plenty of shopping options. The portal is bulging at the seams, and there's some stars in there. They just got to make it happen.
Yeah, and you got to trust their evaluation, which goes on all year long. I mean, what is it, 4,000, 5,000 in the portal? You can't evaluate them in December in early January. You got to be evaluating them every day of the year. As far as wide
But that means you got to be evaluating them before they get to the portal.
absolutely. You absolutely have to be
You're
doing
trying to win football games on top of that.
No kidding. So, and I'm told on Cam Coleman that if they don't get him, it won't be because of money. I think they're more than willing to meet his asking price of 2.3 million. But Aggies are in on it. Texas Tech is in on him. Alabama may be in on him. So who knows? So I'm not going to say my concern is high, but it's serious, just because he hadn't done it yet. I mean, if you count Derek Williams, they've only got 7 players, and without him, they've got 6 players so far, and Sark's got 19 former players in the portal that are leaving, so that doesn't balance out. So are you hitting the panic button?
No. Could you imagine Cam Coleman signs for $2.3 million and there's a knock at Sark's door and it's Emmett Mosley. And we go, hey, coach,
I think they've already knocked on that door.
got a second?
Those things have already been done.
Yeah. Can we renegotiate our deal?
Yeah. And that's, you hate to have sympathy with a head coach making almost $11 million a year.
No sympathy. None. I've got none.
No, he signed up for this and he's well paid for this, but and we need to suggest Parker Livingstone, that soap opera a little bit. That's been a crazy 3 or 4 days. And what I believe to be true is that he was given, I think, a serious offer of $400,000 a year, and probably would have gone above that, but then the talks broke off, and I think he was upset with the lowball offer, in his opinion. But he's not a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2 yet. He had 29 catches, didn't have a great Citrus Bowl.
2 games over 100 yards. That's it.
Yeah. And one of those was San Jose State. So, but I like his skill set. I think he's very good, but I think he messed up because I think he could have made $500,000 at Texas had he stayed, still room with his buddy Arch, and had a good role in the offense. He may not have get.
Whoa! You're saying he messed up by doubling his salary?
Well, I don't know if he doubled it because, as I wrote 9 things this week, a lot of people that I talk to say it ain't 800, and none of this is transparent, as you know. They think it's more like 500 or 600. Although one side, but I think he could have made $500,000 at Texas, and if say Oklahoma was paying him 600, do you change schools and go to the arch rival for 100 extra G's?
You do if you're not an NFL wide receiver, and he's not. Duck, $100,000. If someone offered me, a 30, 35, 40% raise, I've got to consider that quality of life, and he's probably not. He's going to be the wide receiver 4 next year. Emmett Mosley passed him. We know he's not Wingo.
Right.
Get Cam.
Right.
You're going to give your 4th guy $600K?
No, you don't. And you and I would agree that he wasn't worth 600. Is that right?
Exactly. I'm on record. I don't think he's worth that. I'm looking at the numbers. I watched White Chocolate. He's a good kid, and he's a quality player. But if he's your 4th best at the position, we know him, and Mosley is only getting started.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you pay for production, not potential.
Exactly. And we saw him and Mosley emerge.
Yeah, I love
the second half of the season. And we don't even know what French or we saw Lockett catch touchdown.
Right.
Those guys have upside as well.
Right.
So it's going to be very, very competitive. So I don't think Texas is crying that he left.
I
don't respect to him, but they've got better options at that position.
And if nothing else, it makes for a good column for you and me next October.
Oh, yeah.
So
get him on a podcast.
Yeah. But I do think Sark needs a running back. That room is very thin, with Clark and Simon and Derek Cooper and Jet Walker from Georgetown coming in. not much depth. And you know how running backs get hurt and banged up, I mean, Baxter, and I think Baxter missed 4 games and Weisner missed 3, I believe. So, he's got to be
Well, that's
concerned.
another one. Quintravian took the bag because I don't know that Quintravian's an NFL back, and he's trying to maximize. Quintravian's trying to maximize his earnings
Right.
before his football career is over. So
Yeah.
any of
Yeah.
these guys, I want people to know this. Any of these football players who left to get another 100, 200,000 a year, I applaud you because there's going to come a day when you're not getting those big checks and you're going to be at a regular job.
Yeah.
Not an NFL player. I don't know that Quintravian Weisner is going to play in the league. He'll be in camp, but
Yeah. I don't know either.
I don't think he's a highly sought after pro prospect. But
Yeah.
the fact that he's able to get hopefully more money to
Yeah.
help support his family, I applaud that because there's going to come a time when you're not going to be able to command the kind of dollars that you're going to make at a Texas or a Florida State.
Right.
So good for Quintravian.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Two things. Quinn Ewers could have gotten big money, 3 to 5 million, if he'd have left Texas and gone to a Miami or a Florida State or somewhere. And he is on record as saying not too long ago, after his start against the Dolphins, for the Dolphins, that I didn't want to destroy my legacy at Texas. I wanted to be known as a Longhorn quarterback. So he was more loyal than any of them at all. And so
Quinn was a millionaire when he got here too.
he was.
He didn't worry about destroying any legacy from Ohio State. So
Yeah.
but he could have created one by there if he had stuck it out and won a job. But
he could have made more money elsewhere.
yeah, but he also wants to find out if he's an NFL quarterback. Quinn Ewers left here is probably the original millionaire baby from the portal.
Yeah.
The OG millionaire portal guy. So
Right.
when he left, he'd already put up numbers here, and he probably thought he's going to get drafted higher than he was.
Oh, sure. You know that.
But he wanted to find out, and he had money in the bank. And people kind of understood that Quinn Ewers was going to be an NFL quarterback, even if like me probably thought he'd be a career backup. But if I'm with somebody like Quintravian, can't be worried about UT legacy if there's more money on the table, and I'm not going to be in the league.
Or Parker Livingstone, where I question is these athletes that change schools like socks and go to 5 different schools. It's like, where do you tell your kids, hey, let's go to my alma mater? Well, which one?
All of them.
And the other thing too, and I'm going to ask you this, is it just totally illogical to think, well, you stay at Texas if you're Parker Livingstone, maybe you make $500,000. He's got 3 years left. And he can make more after that. And he gets his degree at UT and the whole UT networking, jobs, stuff like that. Do you think that's a real thing that maybe Parker Livingstone just, forgot about or didn't deem important?
Well, he just got here. It was his second year here.
Sure, yeah, but he had 3 years left.
But I think that it's a real consideration. The Longhorn tentacles are big and they're long and they stretch out over the entire world. It's a self-gratification type era we live in, and people want money right now, and the money they're throwing around is big money. And the question you have to ask yourself is, if Parker graduates from OU, he's probably not going to be able to cash in those UT chips.
No way.
He left because he left. Quinn Ewers hopefully will play 10 years in the league. But if Quinn's career ends in 2 or 3 years, Quinn won't have to worry about connections and contacts because he finished his race here at Texas, like previous Longhorn legends. So I think that the loyalty thing isn't as big now because the money is so crazy.
Oh, sure.
It's so crazy. And people are going to take that bag and worry about grown-up stuff later when they're out of college. Because I'm telling you, if I had a kid in college, I would say, man, you're getting your master's. You're not going to pros unless you're a first or second round pick. You built this thing for all it's worth. Because the possibility exists that you could leave college with $4 or $5 million in the bank, debt-free with a master's degree. And who wouldn't want to start adulthood? I would trade places with that kid in my 20s because you're well on your way to having a successful life.
Yeah. And what's weird about the Parker did not want to leave. He did not want to leave Texas. He wasn't looking to leave. I went to that Fun Spot amusement park Monday in Orlando just a week ago, and I asked him, "You coming back, right?" And he said, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely coming back." That was 2 days before kickoff against Michigan. So you see how fast the landscape can change. You know, what's true one day may not be true an hour later. So
And when Cam Coleman is on the table, and
Yeah.
there's only so much money that you can devote to that position, and Texas has a lot of positions they need to fill. But if they can get Cam Coleman $2.3 million, and find some linemen, there's plenty of linemen in that portal, Doug. Then
They
they'll
haven't signed any yet. They haven't signed
Yeah.
any yet.
Yeah, but there's plenty in there, and I think in these next couple of weeks you're going to see a lot of guys start to get nervous, and asking prices are going to come way down. There's going to be some good players at bargain basement prices.
You know, when we were in Orlando and we asked Sark about going from 85 scholarships to 105, and he's going, you know, sure, I love more people, but I don't get more money. So how do you pay?
And he used the word watered down.
Yeah, how do you pay another 20 players, you know, on your roster?
It's hard to pay your best 30.
Yeah. I do know Sark has told his 85 scholarship players that if you're on the roster, you will get something. And it might be $1,000 or it might be $5,000, but you can't pay everybody $1 million.
$1,000 a year.
You know, I mean, and the thing
That's
is,
just trash talk in practice. You truck a guy that's making 800,000 and you go, man, I trucked that guy, and the guy looks up and go, what do you make? $2,000? You make $2,000?
Exactly. They're playing for the love of the game. Love of the game.
That was Moro Ojimo. Was it Moro Ojimo?
Yeah.
That had the great soliloquy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And we didn't talk to him for 3 months.
But he saw this thing coming, and there's way more. There's a lot more of that going on now because when Moro said it, we were just in the beginnings of offensive linemen getting $50K a piece.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got guys making 10 times that might not even be starting.
It's just crazy climate now in college football, and nobody really knows where it's going. We don't know what the CFP field. If they go to 16 teams, that'll be decided later this month. And I kind of think they may be stuck at 12 because, hell, these conferences, especially SEC and Big Ten, can't agree on what day it is.
Mm-mm.
So if they can't agree on 16 or Big Ten might even want 24, it won't surprise me if we stay at a dozen for next year, which means if you're Texas, don't lose to Florida.
No, Florida. Hey, we got 90 seconds left. We check out our other podcasts. We talked to UT women's coach Vic Schaefer, but the men, Duck, the men are in trouble. The men are in trouble, and Sean Miller is not holding back. He's saying there are guys that didn't want to play, and so he didn't play them. It's a question of effort and a lack of depth and a true lack of ability. I don't think they're going to make it to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I don't either. It doesn't look like it. It's not a good look. And even Sean Miller last night said, we're not a good team. So you start off, what are they, 9-6 now overall, and you don't have that big non-conference win? Yeah, you're kind of grasping at straws. So real quick, semifinal games tonight and Friday. Who you got winning the two games?
God, who's playing, Duck? Oh,
Indiana, Oregon, Ole Miss, Miami.
Give me Hoosier, and give me Hoosier, give me Ole Miss, and then give me Hoosier to win it all.
I don't know. You got to quit copying me. I'm telling you, you need to think for yourself. So yeah. I think I agree with you. I think Ole Miss is going to knock off Miami. I think they're going to get to Carson Beck. I'm a big Trinidad Chambliss fan, so I'm going Indiana and Ole Miss, and then Hoosiers win it all.
All right. Well, Doug, you have fun at the championship game, but we will reconvene before then. We'll be shooting again next week. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next time on Second Thought.
That's a wrap. You've just experienced On Second Thought, powered by Hook'em.com. Want more? Join Sed and Kirk every Thursday for a fun sports ride from the ATX. Find archived episodes anytime on YouTube, Apple, Google Play, and Yahoo.